So I have decided to make a video recommending games to play in light of Halloween. I should have made this sooner. Sorry, been busy. But yeah, first game I can recommend. These are not in order, by the way. It's just not like the first one's better than the last. Doesn't matter. First one I can recommend is Dead Space. Basically, you're docking onto a station. It's a lot like Sunshine, where you're that movie, that Cillian Murphy movie. You dock onto the station because it needs maintenance, and you're not really hearing any kind of responses from them when you're calling them on the radio or whatever. So you get in there and you realize something has gone horribly wrong. Basically, aliens. It's almost like alien zombies, where the aliens are reanimating the corpses, and there's various kinds of alien zombies, quote unquote, on the ship. So, and you have to cut off the limbs to to kill them. It's not just like shoot them in the chest enough times and they drop. You have to be more creative than that. And there's some really cool zero gravity moments in the game where you you get to like jump around and stick to walls and stuff, and and there'll be like a body floating through, and the blood is like floating through the air and beating up in the air, and it's just, the production is super high quality. The graphics are real nice, the lighting is real nice, and the cool thing is it really sucks you into the game. There's no HUD, meaning there's no numbers on your screen. The only kind of numbers on your screen are when your weapon will have a holograph of your ammo counter. So everything is displayed through holograph. The videos that you're watching, the transmissions from other people on the ship, are in holographs floating in front of your helmet, and you can actually turn the camera to get a bigger shot of it to really fill your screen more. So it's done extremely well. Everything's streamlined. With the experience, to not make it feel like, oh, I'm playing this game and now I'm going to watch a video. It doesn't pull you out of the experience at all. So it's a good game to recommend. It's like $20. Another game I can recommend is Fatal Frame. Now, I think there's like 3 at least in the States. I think like the 4th one or something is on the Wii and never came to America. But I could be off on that, but I know 1 and 2 for sure you can get on PS2 and Xbox. I recommend the Xbox version. It's better graphics, more content to unlock and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a real scary game. In fact, the scariest game I played, I think. You basically go through and you're shooting pictures of ghosts. Some of the ghosts are enemies where they'll attack you, and you have to hold the camera on them for long enough and hit them with a shot of your camera. And the longer you hold it on them, the more damage it'll do. You get different kinds of film to do more damage, etc., etc. So, and the other ones are just like wandering ghosts, where you shoot a picture of them and then they disappear. And it's intriguing because, you find out how these people died and everything, and they're just really spooky games. And they're Japanese games, so the horror, the scariness of the game takes more of a suspenseful tone. I feel like American horror is just best at jumping out and going boo. It doesn't really get under your skin, doesn't truly creep you out as far as I'm concerned. I'm more of a Japanese / Asian horror fan more than American horror. But yeah, those games, I really recommend them. They're just really spooky. They're hard to find though. They're going to cost you a bit more because they're sort of collector's items. I lucked out to found my copy on PS2 for like $8 at Goodwill. So yeah, another game I can recommend, in fact, any Silent Hill game that was made by the Japanese team, 1, 2, 3, Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3 are all good games. Although my favorite was Silent Hill 2, and you're James Sunderland, I think. And you get a letter from your wife who has been dead for years, saying, come meet us at a special place or something. uh, and you go investigate in Silent Hill because this is weird, getting messages from your dead wife. Um, and you go through like environments like apartments, a hospital, a prison, I believe. Just really creepy environments, and the characters are really awesome. The acting is really great. Another Japanese horror game that's good at getting under your skin with audio and just not scaring you by what you see 100% of the time. A lot of the time, you're freaked out and nothing's there. So, like, because they use a lot of cool audio tricks and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's just such a good game. Really good story. Really good music. The new ones I don't really like too much because they're done by Americans, and Americans they shouldn't be working on the Silent Hill franchise because it's just not their. It's just they're turning it into an action game franchise, which is not Silent Hill. I'm all for action games, but don't do that to Silent Hill. Make a new game. And this isn't some kind of racist bias. I'm American, so I don't hate Americans. But yeah, anyway. What's another good game to play? Oh, Blood and Blood 2 are great games. They're old games for the PC, so I don't send me bitchy posts, saying, oh, the graphics are horrible. It's like a 12-year-old, 15-year-old game or something like that, so it's old as hell. But if you can get over the graphics, they're really good games, and they're really spooky. I think it was like the scariest game out on the market back then. And it's just typical Halloween environments, graveyards, I think there's like some spooky church you go through with like, and there's like various enemies, guys with Tommy guns, you fight like ghost type enemies, fat zombies that spit on you. It's a challenging game too. I played on easy and it still kicks my ass until about midway through the game when I have more weapons and stuff like that. So, in Blood 2, more of the same, just some better graphics. I still like the first one better. But yeah, that's a great game to pick up. They sell it at GOG.com. It's Good Old Games. That's where I got my copy before I was just running a pirated copy off DOSBox and wanted to do it legally. But yeah, another game I can recommend for Xbox 360 is Condemned, and they have a Condemned 2 on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. I think both titles are also on the PC. But anyway, Condemned is, I believe you're a former cop, and dealing with all these hallucination problems, and you go in and you have to fight a lot of junkies and meth heads, and it's just a real spooky game, and you use your black light tool to look at footprints and blood tracks and everything that have been cleaned up, fingerprint marks on the body where someone's been choked or whatever. It's just a spooky game, and it's got, for the time, it had great graphics. They're a little dated today, but it's still an excellent game. And it's cheap as hell too. I think both games are like $10 a pop. So yeah, I mean, I'm sorry this video is so half-assed. I really did not prepare at all. Haven't had time. But yeah, considering my lackluster performance on this video, all those games are games I highly recommend. Look up some YouTube video forums, just see what you may find out. Anyway, happy Halloween, guys. Thanks for listening.